Hey, Education Box here. Welcome back to another video. This is my 5th video in my series of learning Python, and in this video we will be covering functions in Python basically. So, to create a function you will need to write def and then the name of your function. So I'm just going to call it function, a pair of brackets, and a colon. And then this is where you write your code. So let's say I want to print hello, and then I want to print world. So as you can see, we have put def, function, a pair of brackets, and a colon. And we can notice that these are indented by 4 spaces, or you can just press tab. So when it's indented, it means that it is inside of the function itself. So if I have something that's not indented, it means that it's outside of the function. I'm just going to write that. So now basically, if we run this now, it's just going to print outside of the function. Now the reason why that is because we've created the function, but we have not actually called the function. So to call the function or to use the function, we just have to write the function name and then a pair of brackets. So now if we run the module, we'll have outside of the function, and then the actual function will run with these lines of code. You can run a function as many times as you want. I can just write this again, and it should print everything again twice, except for outside of the function, since it is not actually in the function. So now another thing we can do is we can use function as a map. So what I mean by this is I can write, I don't know, let's say def function 2, and then lets me put x in the bracket, and then I return x times 2. So what we've done here is we've created a function where the input of x will be taken and it will return x times 2. So if we run this program, we can say a is equal to function 2 bracket 3. So now what we've done is we've used the function on the number 3. So 3 times 2 is obviously 6, and then we've assigned it to the variable a. So if we print a, we should get 6 in return, and this is called the output or the return value. Okay, so now you can run this as many times as you want. So we can say a is equal to function 2 and then put like 5, and then we print a, and then if we say like b is equal to function 2 and then like 10, and then we print b, it will still give us our return value. So now what if you could have multiple values that could be mapped out and returned? So you can actually do that. So let's say def function 3 x y, x and y, and now we can return x plus y. So now if we run this, I'm just going to put all of this in quotes so that it won't be run with the actual program. So if I do this, we can write a is equal to function 3 1 2. So now if we print a, we should get the return value of 3, since we add x and y together, which would be 1 and 2 in this case, to get 3. Okay, so far we've looked at 2 types of functions. We've looked at a function as a set of code, or we've looked at it as a mapping. But you can actually combine the 2 together. So let's say def function 4, and then let's put x. We can print x, in this function, and then we can actually return 3 times x. And now if we run this, we can just say like a is equal to function 4 and then 4 5 or something, then we'll print 5 in this function. So the reason why that is because there's no condition for this, so we'll just print x, which is 5. We would print it in this function, and now if we print a, it would give us 15 because it returns 3 times x. Okay, so now let's create a Bmi calculator. And just one thing to point out is you can use the hash symbol and type whatever you want. Like this is a Bmi calculator, and this will not actually be run in the program, and it will just stay as a comment. You can use this if you're like providing code to somebody else. You can explain what variables you have, explain what something is. So I'm just going to say hello, this is a Bmi calculator, and I'm going to start by writing down some values and data. So I'm just going to say name 1 2. Okay, so now I have some values here. Okay, so now with all of this data, let's start creating our function. So what we want to do is create def, I don't know, let's call it Bmi Calculator, with the parameters name, the height in meters, and the weight in kg. Now what we want to do is we want to say Bmi is equal to the weight in kg divided by, with the slash symbol, the height to the power of 2, which basically means that you're multiplying the height in meters by itself. I just forgot to put in meters here because we want to multiply it by 2 to get the real BMI, and then we want to print the BMI. So let me just say BMI is and then it's this, and then print the BMI. Now, oh, I just realized that I made a spelling mistake here. So now we want to have our series of if statements. So if the BMI is less than 25, we want to return the name plus is it's not overweight. And then else return name plus is overweight. Now what we've done here is basically we've created a function with the parameters name, height in meters, weight in kg, where the BMI is equal to the weight in kg divided by the height times the height, and then we want to print the BMI, and then when you want to check if the BMI is less than 25, then return that they are not overweight, and if it is greater than 25, then it is overweight. So I'm just going to create a results1 variable, which will store the data for the name 1. So Bmi Calculator, and then name 1, which is John, then height in meters 1, and then weight in kg 1. And now I'm just going to copy and paste this and do the same for name 2 and change everything to 2 here. So name 2, height in meters 2, weight in kg 2, and then do the final thing for person 3 like this. And now you can see that if we run this, we will get the BMI of everybody. Now, if we print the results, so let's say we want to print results 1, it says John is not overweight. We want to print results 2, Bob is not overweight. And if we want to print results 3, Jeff is not overweight. So I'm just going to put a space here. And we can even do that here. So we can just print results 1, print results 2, and then print results 3. And now if we run the program, you can see that it will look very nice. BMI is 22.5, John is not overweight, BMI is 21.6, Bob is not overweight, and BMI is 25.6, Jeff is overweight. Okay, so now I'm going to give you guys a challenge problem that you'll try to solve, and I will give you the solution at the end if you are stuck. So let's say I wanted you to make a miles to kilometers converting calculator using a function. So I'm going to let you guys pause the video and try and do that. Okay, so hopefully you paused the video, and now I will give out one possible solution. So let's just call it def convert, and then miles. Then we want to, oh yeah, I forgot to put the colon. Then we want to return miles times 1.6. And then we can say, let's say the kilometers is equal to convert, and then let's say 1. And then we want to print the kilometers. So we all know that 1 kilometer in miles is 1.6. And if we do that, we get 1.6. Now we can do this for any value. Let's say you want to find 50 miles to kilometers, and then we get 80. So that was all for today's video. Hope you enjoyed and learned a lot. And as always, thanks for watching.